require 25.
Doesn't go. So Herds, who was 3-0 down in this contest,
17.
does not take this game to
Simon,
leg
you
7
require
right here, right
40.
now. May not do so altogether. Tots for Cson to pick up the first points in this group. Double 10. And this time, Cson does find that match-winning double. He gets the better of Chris Herds by 4 legs to 2. And it means the man who was at the bottom of the betting at the beginning of the day tops the group. I know it's only game 1, but that is how the first game of the day went. Coming up after the break, Coulson, the bookmaker's favourite to win this group, is up against Kendrick Cordon.
Derek, you require 96.
Someone's saying here about the form and fundamentals of Kendrick. Yeah, the main issue with his throw he has is the backswing's quite
Coulson.
wide. So he's sort of outside in.
Double 4. 2 2s.
12.
Who wants this leg?
Derek, you require 6.
Coulson gets another chance to cross the finishing line. Double 3. Sees Derek Coulson pick up his first 2 points in this group. He beats Kendrick Cordon by 4 legs to 1. Not quite a vintage performance on DC, but he'll be happy with the win nonetheless. So Coulson on the board, courtesy of a 4-1 success against Kendrick Cordon. Sha Mckin and Yano Bomberg follow next.
Yano, you require 78.
Who's doing everything possible to find something courtesy of that target. Well, the target now is double 6. And level this game is 1-1.
Yeah. Very popular name in America. Des House.
137. Yano, you require
Cody,
36.
Newcastle.
This is for the match. Double 9. Well, it's a really good performance out of the gate from Yano Bomberg. Once again, starting a day well. A 4-1 victory with an average in excess of 92. Wrapping it up with a 15 darter. The doubling decent as well. 4 out of 11 for Sha Mckin. Work to do as the day moves along. Next up, Cson Coulson. 1 dart. A double top. Room to the left-hand side,
58.
but veered over to the right and veered just low. And so now Coulson should get a match dart, providing he stays straight. And it's a double 16, and he only needs the 1. And it's
Coulson.
2 wins from 2 to kickstart the day for Derek Coulson. It hasn't been vintage so far. That game pretty much he played to his annual numbers. 86, 96, 4 out of 7 on the doubles. He is building towards something. For Simon Cson, the improvements have been there to see on day 2, but it's defeating that one. Coming up next, Bomberg Herds. Him on high alert.
32.
For 2 wins from 2, 2 8s. And Yano Bomberg gets the better of Chris Herds by 4 legs to 3. And so he moves on to 4 points alongside Derek Coulson at the top of the table. Bomberg shaking his head, but he'll take the 4 points nonetheless. Next up, Cordon against Mckin. At least from 161 to square this contest up. Doesn't have to go for the ball, but will he tempt it? He does, and he gets it!
Sha Mckin.
Sha Mckin announces his arrival on the live lounge stage.
Leg differences. Remember, it's only the top 2 from this group.
2 10s for Sha Mckin's first 2 points of this group. He gets a better of Kendrick Cordon by 4 legs to 1. Decent performance, average in excess of 89. 4 out of 8 on the doubles, and the highlight being that 1-6-1 in the middle of proceedings. That ends round 2. Round 3 will begin with Cson and Bomberg.
Yano, you require 100.
Bomberg may look at tops here. There's the first. There's the second. Beautiful from Botty as he breaks and leads 1-0.
Require 89.
Delve into that in the next match because Bomberg looks set to pick up the win. Double 16, two in hand,
Sha,
only needs
and
the
the
one.
match, Yano
And it is a
Bottenberg.
hat-trick of successes for Yano Bomberg to kickstart his Thursday. He gets the better of Sha Mckin by 4 legs to 2. Bomberg with a 4-2 win. And as you mentioned, the Super Series YouTube channel has reached 50,000 subscribers this week. We haven't got a clue what's coming up next, but we've got a special presentational video for you. Now, we haven't got a clue about this, and, well, let's see some of our best moments, shall we, on this Super Series YouTube channel. This could be interesting. Well, what a difference a leg can make, because we were toiling around in leg 1 and Coulson's kicked off the second with a max.
100.
Such a strange game, such a strange sport at times.
Here's a result for you, Henry. Dennant has beaten yesterday's winner, Damon Hetta, 6-3.
But what's going on here? Because Coulson won the first leg in 31 darts and is now on a 9.
60. Derek, you require 141.
He could complete this leg in 22 darts fewer than his last. Treble 19. Double 12.
117.
Well, that would have been the most incredible turnaround between 2 legs you'll ever see.
Yep.
A subsequent 3. Tops. Coulson nods his head. He's expecting this to go. And it does. Derek Coulson missed double 12 for the 9 and hasn't won the leg. Get over the line in this last leg decider. The first leg was won in 31, but since then the standard has been much, much better. And from 3-1 behind, McKinney has turned his fortunes around. And he moves on to 4 points in the group. And it looks like possibly a bit of table separation is beginning to occur. McKinney beats Coulson 4-3 in this on 8th game of the day. Game 9 is Herd's Cordon. Chris Hertz is going to start on 16s for 64 to take the match out. Double 8 to take the match out. And a 14 darter for Chris Hertz to cross the finishing line against Kendrick Cordon by 4 legs to 0. And so that means that he gets his first win and he moves up to 4th place as a consequence of that success by that particular scoreline. So Hertz, with his first success of the day, that ends round 3 of our day. Bottenberg and Coulson, well, this could be the game of the day. And that's coming up next. 4th win from 4. He'll guarantee he has a 2-point lead for the rest of the pack temporarily. And Bottenberg is going about his business beautifully. A 4th win from 4. The latest against Derek Coulson by 4 legs to 1. It was 11-4 to win this group before a dart was thrown. Well, he is the man who is in control of it. Both players averaging in the mid-80s. Bottenberg 4, Coulson 1 as we head into the final third of the day's play. Double 9. And this time he does find, and Simon Cson gets his second win of the day. He beats Kendrick Cordon by 4 legs to 1. So he moves on to 4 points. Cordon without a win to his name. And we are going to take a very short break. And when we return, we have got another match for you. Sha Mckin against Chris Hertz.
You require 161.
People love the old nostalgia. They love that too. What a shot that is.
That's his second of the day. 6 of the 1 around. And it's a finish that McKinney favours. Double 18 for back-to-back tub plus checkouts to win. Class in a glass from Sha Mckin with back-to-back tub plus checkouts to cross the finishing line against Chris Hertz. It's a 4-1 success, a thumping statement from the Irishman. An average of 87, a really, really good performance. He's getting better as the day goes along, is Sha Mckin, and he's now providing very stiff opposition to Yano Bottenberg at the top of the table. He can complete the card on Thursday if he gets the better of Kendrick Cordon after this short break. Could do it in champagne style. Didn't have to chase the bull.
No, still a sensible play.
60.
When you're on the cusp of making it 5 out of 5, you just want to keep it as simple as possible.
60. Yano, you require 72.
Don't need any special effects at this stage.
Double 12. And it's the
and
perfect day
Yano
for Yano Bottenberg. 5 stars, 5 wins. The Dutchman is in cruise control. And he's left tops to complete the job and to put him on to 6 points. He'll be happy enough for the day, even though he may feel like there was 1 or 2 points left out there in the middle portion.
40.
Double 10 ensures that
Derek
Derek Coulson will have
Derek
6 of the best on day 1. 3 wins to his name. He's very much in the mix to qualify for his first finals night here at the Live Lounge. He was impressive on his debut. He's shown glimpses today. Even though he's not been at his rip-roaring best, he has provided some good stuff. He moves on to 6 points in the group, and he is very much in the mix. Our final game of the session is Cson against Sha Mckin. A couple behind Bottenberg at the top, and he has decided to split for double 8.
80. Simon, you require 80.
Got to make sure the 20 does. Loads of room.
Tops of the match.
60.
Both
Sean,
players
you
now
require
have had an
8.
opportunity to win this contest. McKinney with his third bite of the cherry. Getting closer towards the double 4.
4.
But now moves
Simon,
inside.
you require 20.
And so Cson comes back for 10s. For 6 points overnight. Big dart, and the way he's insinuating is he cannot see a lot of that bed. It
No
would have been a
score.
biblical dart if he fouled,
Sean,
but
you
he was
require
unable to
4.
muster. And so McKinney will get another go. And now he's looking at the madhouse.
2.
And how damaging
Simon,
could
you
this be?
require 20.
He probably should be on 8 points. But it's
Okay,
Simon
sure.
who's
And
going to
the match,
end on
Simon
6.
Cson.
And Yano Bottenberg is going to have a 4-point lead overnight. And Simon Cson has tasted his best day here at the Super Series. He has won 3 from 5. Him, McKinney and Coulson all on 6 behind Bomberg at the top of the table. Myself and Chris Mason are going to analyse the action after this. Welcome back to the Modus Super Series, where we completed the card as far as this Thursday afternoon session is concerned. Myself and Chris Mason have been watching every single dart in the commentary box. This is what we have seen. It's been the perfect day for Yano Bottenberg. He's won 5 out of 5 to top the group overnight, and he has a 4-point cushion at the top of the table from Derek Coulson, Sha Mckin and Simon Cson, respectively. And there really is only one place to start, and that is with Yano Bottenberg, Mace, who there was maybe 1 or 2 question marks over going into today's session, but he answered them quite well at points.
Yeah, I don't think it was anything to sort of particularly jump up and down about. It was okay. It was solid. Took his chances when they were given to him. Controlled the matches very well. Showed a different element to his game today, that's for sure. He didn't seem to be as involved, and it was something you said yesterday about having that reset mentality, and it did work for him because he just had a different vibe about him today. There was a different aura.
Well, Yano's top of the table. He's got 3 players behind him on 6 points. The first of which, Derek Coulson, won his first 2, but he'll feel like there was a few left out there today.
Yeah, he'll be disappointed with today. He's a much better player than he was today. And again, darts is very much on the day. You can just turn up some days, don't really feel like it, and play brilliant. And other days you feel like you're not going to miss, and you get up there, start getting involved in games, and nothing will happen for you. I mean, it was a shocking day in terms of finishing today for the vast majority of the players out there. There was some horrendous numbers.
Well, you mentioned a lack of finishing, and they nearly hit a 9.
Yeah, that was quite bizarre, wasn't it? 31 dart leg, and then 180, 180. 60, 57, and only just misses the double 12. But that's how fickle this game is. You know, you're talking about small margins. You know, well thrown darts that just go one side or the other of the wire, and then as we know, it is infectious. And once they start missing doubles, they'll miss doubles all day. You just end up chasing them around. And for players that sort of hit doubles from the off, they'll tend to finish in that kind of style for the rest of the day as well.
I didn't even win that leg because Sha Mckin took the 120 out. In terms of his day, how will he reflect upon it?
Oh, I thought he did okay. Yeah, I thought he did okay. I didn't know what to expect from him. So, you know, my expectations are I'm an open book. Wait till they get up there and see how they're thrown, because I know myself that we look at the averages, but we do them on a big sample, which gives us a general idea. And more often than not, after a week here, their numbers pretty much are bang on with their seasonal numbers, which is why they are their seasonal numbers. But every now and again, a player can, someone like Kendrick, who's playing above and beyond his previous numbers coming in here. So we know that players can get inspired.
In terms of Simon Tayson, 3 wins from 5. He's going to be really happy with that, isn't he?
Yeah, I think he's got to be. He in the Group A, he was tailed off fairly early, and when that happens, you sort of play with a different kind of energy. Today, he's another player which loved the reset, starting from scratch. He's had 3 days practice. He's a young man. He's not going to be feeling the pace, or unlike someone like Daryl Pilgrim, who just had 5 consecutive tournaments to play and then travel here and then start at 8 o'clock on a Monday morning. He looked fresh today, and I was pleased for him. He played well.
Well, let's have a look at the table then overnight. This is how it looks going into day 2. Bomberg with a 4-point lead from 3 players. Chris Hurd's on 2 and Kendrick Cordon, the only player who didn't pick up a victory on day 1. This is the first half of a double bill's worth of action here at the Live Lounge, because Group B is going to get underway tonight from 10 o'clock. And what a cast we've got for you. Boris Coulson and Daryl Pilgrim dropping out of Group A. Andy Davidson returning to the Live Lounge stage alongside Ted Evans and Mark McGeaney. Yeah,
looking forward to tonight. Has to be said, I think it's a really well-matched group. I think we're going to have some tight matches, and I think we'll see some big numbers tonight.
Right. Enjoy your chicken. I'll see you in a few hours.
Enjoy your Chinese.
I absolutely will. Right. Thank you for your company now. Thank you for your company now. And hopefully we'll see you again from 10 p.m. on the Super Series YouTube channel, where we've got one of the most prolific Champions Week players in history in action. Daryl Pilgrim is looking to join Steve West in appearing there 4 times. And if he does so, he's going to have to do the job for Monday morning.